in probably 3 bursts, I reckon. Even if you rolled around in 16 seconds. For the water now. Yeah, I think so.
We go wander.
So it's alright, mate. I don't know the difference, so it's fine.
The trouble is you hit a patch of water, it's just going to zing. Like Sandown.
Yeah.
A bit of water down
Oh,
there.
mate.
But basically you want to be turning around here and sort of trying to keep it down there. If you get in too low, you probably end
Just
up
wash up.
Yeah. And there's no great spot to be coming off this corner. It seems like they've done something here with the track. It's sort of you end up here all the time. If you're getting nothing down here where it's smooth, just put the rotary right back up in the rough there a little bit more.
Yep.
And the rougher stuff, usually the water's soaked in a bit
Yeah,
better.
okay.
But if you're getting up near the top there, just ease up, because when you hit that stuff up there that hasn't been watered, you're
Just takes off.
Yeah, you'll be gone. The best thing to do straight off the bat is not try and accelerate too hard.
Yeah,
Just roll around,
Yep.
and try and build up speed.
Yep.
And then just give it a little bit more, a little bit more.
Yeah.
The biggest mistake people make is they go out there and they come off
Get
the
on
corner
it.
and think, God, just stand on the throttle,
Yeah.
and it just does everything wrong. So just roll around feeling comfortable.
Yep.
And it's pretty slick out there.
Okay.
And after the third session, you'll be down doing 11s or 12s.
Yeah, I don't think so, mate.
There's
but the
no
thing is just
traction
get the car to the ground off the corner. And then when you get off the gas, just how you get off the gas, just got to be really smooth the way you get off the throttle, because the car just wants to turn straight away. So certainly wasn't brave enough to go deep enough. But that was cool. That's everything I expected it to be and more, for sure.
Does it whet the appetite?
Got a few mates that race. I think I'll just go watch them.
This could not have been any more challenging. Just tell us about your day and actually just getting here.
So we were meant to be here nice and early, flying out of Melbourne for the day, and Sydney Airport, someone forgot to plug the radar in and it stopped working. So they had to Control-Alt-Delete their radar, and that took 3 hours, so we were delayed. We missed the time curfew, so thankfully the guys here at Valvoline Raceway managed to find a 15-minute window where we could make some noise. So 3 quick 4-minute runs with 2 bits of coaching from Max in between, and got a run in. So yeah, look, it was cool just to do that. Really enjoyed it. It was obviously very, very rushed. I would have liked to have got out, have a bit of a chat to Max, and got back in again. But yeah, it was everything I expected and more.
How long have you wanted to do this for, and give us the backstory to that?
Look, I've been going to the Speedway since before I was racing go-karts. My dad actually was involved crewing on a Speedcar back in Perth at Claremont Speedway in the late 70s, so before I was even born. And so I was going to the Claremont from day dot, I guess, and started racing on dirt in karts, so dirt karts, and with the Cricky family from Perth. So I knew the Cricky family the whole time I've been racing, and obviously they're very heavily involved with Speedway racing. So I've known, Shane, Ryan, Peter, Ron, the whole Cricky clan. There's about 1,000 of them. Known them the whole time I've been racing karts, and then obviously through the Valvoline connection with Max since '98, since the start. So got a lot of mates that are involved in Speedway, that race Speedway, work on cars. So yeah, it's weird. I mean, I've always was going to drive Shane Cricky's car, but it always had Toyota on it when I was driving for Holden Racing Team, so that wouldn't work. And then obviously coming back to Gary's this year with Gary Rogers Motorsport and Valvoline, the connection's there, and we managed to put it all together.
Give us a sense of how far apart. I mean, we've got the GT car off to the side there. You've raced to the 4th place finish at Sandown. How different is a sprint car to those beasts?
Look, I had a rough idea, and speaking to a few friends before I did my laps today of what to expect, but the power's it's got plenty of power, certainly, and I don't think I even got past half throttle out there today. But the thing that probably stood out for me is just how direct the steering is, and getting used to that is the directness of the steering. And once you start to lean into a little bit, you can start to feel the dynamic of the car working. You can sort of start to feel it squat on the rear corner and try to hook up. I mean, I wasn't going fast enough for it to really hook up properly, but you get an idea of watching these things for 25, 30 odd years, and you get an idea of what it's like behind the cage in there, and that was really cool.
We're about 10 days out from Bathurst. I've seen your boss Gary Rogers on the fence here at Sydney Speedway in the past. Was he supportive of this? Was he nervous? What was he like?
I didn't ask, so I just did it. So, and if he complained, say, well, mate, I was just looking after the sponsors. So, oh look, yeah, I was out there by myself. I mean, I certainly wasn't going to do anything silly, and Max and all the boys, they got their first race coming up very, very soon, so I wasn't going to do anything to tear up their gear. So, drove very much within myself. And yeah, obviously mindful Bathurst is coming up, so I need to be ready for that. But yeah, going to struggle getting back into only 650 horsepower in the supercar.
Race suit behind you, and the fact that you've actually gone the other way on this deal too. People might forget that you've driven a supercar, haven't you?
Yeah. So in my own words?
Yeah.
In my own words. As you might see, we've got the classic Gary Rogers racing suit, which I co-drove with Jamie Whincup in his first long distance race. Not many people know that, but it was one of those things that retired me from supercars. I thought if that kid can go 2 seconds lap faster than me, I got no right being here. And I said, Gary, I'll quit. That's it. Never to drive a supercar again. So I went back to sprint cars, and I've been there ever since.
So we're going the other way today. We've got a supercars driver who's going to try one of your sprint cars for the first time. What's he going to expect?
I'm not too sure what Garth would expect. The track's not perfect conditions because it's so hot and windy. It's going to dry out and be very dusty. So I'm sure he'll do a great job, without a doubt.
Do you have to prep the car a certain way, knowing that it's someone who's new to the game, but also knowing the track conditions?
No, we pretty much set it up how Marcus would drive it. That was my son's car from last year, and we pretty much set it up exactly as it would be. Like if we had a little bit more time, which we were going to be narrow on today, we definitely would have changed the stagger and got the car handling better. But the short amount of time he's got to drive it, I think it'll be fine. So,
What did you think? How did he go today?
I think he did a fantastic job. He did everything I told him. I said, just go there, take it easy, don't jump on and off the throttle or shake the car. I said, just work it up. And I think the first session, he went a little bit too conservative. The second session, he warmed to it. And then the third session, I said, mate, it's a feature race, you've got to go. So he got out there and he ran off the track a couple of times and had a bit of a dig, and he had a big smile on his face. So.
You couldn't get more different to what he's used to. I mean, the track surface is different, 300 more horsepower, a lot lighter. I mean, just a whole new ball game, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a whole new ball game for what Garth's used to, but he's been used to a lot of speed and a lot of power with the Audi and stuff, so I don't think it was anything out of his reach, and I definitely think he did a good job.